Hi friends, welcome to the next video. I'm glad you're here. Today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. We're doing why Sokeefe is better than Sofit. Now, I'm sorry if you're a Sofit shipper. I'm not trying to offend anyone who ships Sofits. I am just trying to share my opinion with you guys. So, I'm sorry if you ship Sofits, but here we are. Now let's get on with it. Reason number 1. Sophie and Keith have a deep trust in each other. Keith began to show all the negative emotions that were deep underneath him and never seen, and Sophie kept on describing him as a scared, angry boy. Sophie saw that Keith wasn't doing too well mentally, so they even had a window sleepover. How cute. Also, Sophie trusted him so much that she got really mad when he joined the Never Seen. She felt so much betrayal, so many hard feelings, and when he came back in Lodestar, all she really felt was hurt because the layer of trust was so deep. But she came to trust him again. And in Exile, they went together to get Sophie's mind reset. So Sophie and Keith are really have a deep trust in each other, and I think that's one of the foundations for a good relationship. Reason 2. Keith acknowledges Sophie's feelings. He tries his best to hide his love for her when she's near because he knows how Sophie feels about Fitz. However, Fitz could be nice most of the time, but when it comes down to the things that really matter, he always wants his way. One example is in Legacy when he doesn't like that Sophie is unmatchable. He wants Sophie to tell him who her biological parents are, but she doesn't want to, since she can't. It's Counselor Orly. Even though she doesn't like Counselor Orly that much after she finds out, she could cause chaos in the Elephant world by telling everyone that Counselor Orly is her mom. So, she doesn't tell Fitz, and Fitz gets really mad. He says, "This should be my decision too. This should be my decision too." And she's like, "No, I'm the one registering for the match. It's my decision." And they break up over this. And along with this, Fitz always has a need to know all of Sophie's secrets. I know, there should be some boundaries. If you guys don't respect each other's boundaries, then that's not really a healthy relationship, right? For example, when they found out they were cognates, Fitz kept on pressuring her, in Never Seen, they found out they were cognates, right? Fitz kept on pressuring her to tell him, one of the secrets. And whenever he knew that she was keeping secrets from her, whenever he finds out, there's so much hurt on his face. And I'm not blaming him for being that hurt, because I would be hurt if I knew my best friend or someone I was really close to, like cognates. I would be kind of hurt if they were keeping a secret, but I wouldn't pressure them into telling the secret. I would try and respect their privacy, because now I know where I stand in their lives. So yeah. But Keith, he always cares about Sophie's feelings. Have you seen how much pain this Sophie-Fitz relationship has put him in? And in the Keith short story, the Nightfall short story, he was like, he'll be whatever Sophie needed until she was ready for more. And Ro kept on telling him to tell her how he feels. But he says, "No, I can't do that." So I think that Keith he really respects Sophie, and that's also really important in a relationship, because if you don't respect each other, everything's going to come crashing down. Reason 3. Fitz has a lot of anger issues. He could become really toxic if he doesn't keep it under control. In Exile, Alden's mind was shattered because of all that guilt. Fitz did have a right to be angry, but he was going overboard. I'm not telling him not to be angry. I would be angry too. But Sophie was trying to help Alden, and Fitz wouldn't let her, saying, "You've done enough." If I was in Fitz's position, I would have been really mad at Sophie, but I would also let her help, because if she can try, then something could work, and I would be really grateful. still be a little bit mad after she is, but I'd eventually forgive Sophie because, Alden was back. But Keefe always pushes aside his anger and other feelings for Sophie most of the time. Like in anger. Like anger, well, for one, he doesn't really get angry at Sophie, but he does, like, push aside his feelings. You know what I'm talking about. Like, his feelings of love for Sophie, because he knows that'll mess up her life. The only time this didn't really happen is in Never Seen when he yells at her and fits. About something. I forgot. I haven't read Never Seen in a while, I'm sorry. But even then, he feels really bad afterwards. And you can't really blame the guy because he felt so much guilt and a lot of things, a lot of feelings, because his mother is like, she was the nicer parent. She was Lord Cassius is awful, but Lady Gisela, she was nicer. She sort of tried to protect him from Lord Cassius, but he knows that now she's part of the Never Seen, and some legacy. No, the legacy didn't happen yet. But still, he really wasn't doing that well. So you can't really blame him for him exploding. And then, even then, after he gets mad at Sophie and Fitz, he feels really bad afterwards. And in flashback, oh my goodness, Fitz tries to kill his own brother and gets mad at Sophie when her null, the thing that disabled any trackers or the Never Seen tracker things, he got really mad. Not mad, but he blamed Sophie when her null caused technical problems with Alvar's tracker. He got so mad, and then later he sort of apologized, but not really. Oh, sorry. That was loud. I just knocked over something. I'm so clumsy. Oh my god, guys. But he got really mad at Sophie. He gets mad at Sophie a lot, which is sort of a problem because I saw this reason on the internet, so I'm not taking credit. I saw it on Goodreads, actually. They were saying that Fitz is Sophie and Fitz's relationship is showing all the signs of a toxic one because he's sweet at first, and then he gets mad at her and makes her think everything is her fault, and then eventually he apologizes, and that's not helping much because he's already manipulated Sophie into feeling that it's all her fault. So, I saw this on the internet. I'm not taking credit. It was on Goodreads. So, yeah. Reason 4. I just didn't understand this. This is also the reason I didn't really ship Katang, don't get mad at me, in Avatar. But how do you go from looking at someone as a sibling, in this case a sister, to looking at them romantically? This doesn't make sense. For example, in the first book, Keeper, he says that he thinks of her as a sister. Like, for example, when Sophie wants to, when they're offering for Sophie to move in with Alden and Della and their family, he's like, oh, that would be nice. I mean, I already think of you as a sister. This will just make it official. Because they were also planning to adopt her. And there was also a sentence after that saying, Sophie's heart sank or something like that. So, in Keeper, the first book, we see that Fitz thinks of Sophie as a sister. How do you go from looking at someone as a sister figure, like a little sister, to looking at them romantically? That makes, zero sense. In flashback, he admits his supposed love to her. That doesn't make sense. How does Fitz's train of thought go this way? I'm genuinely curious about this one, so if any Fitz shippers are watching this and you have an answer, please write it down in the comments. I would really like to know. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm serious. So, reason 5. Okay, you've probably seen this circulating around the internet everywhere if you're a Keeper fan. So, if you've probably seen it in fandom, you've seen it on Goodreads, Wattpad, but here it is. So, as we know, Lord Cassius, Keefe's dad, has written a book called The Heart of the Matter. And in it, he states that the head feelings don't always correspond with the heart feelings. And he says that this is because you can control the head feelings. but you cannot control your heart feelings. This could mean that Sophie likes Fitz in her head and Keefe in her heart, which makes sense if you think about it, because we've already discussed that Sophie and Keefe have a deep emotional bond and deep trust in each other, and heart feelings are deeper. Deeper is in the sense you can't really, you can only feel them if you look for them. So they have a deep emotional bond, and as we said, Fitz is kind of controlling when it comes to some cases, like the unmatchable situation. So he could also be affecting Sophie's head feelings, because he always gives her those little gifts, which I admit are kind of sweet. They're pretty sweet, but I think that Fitz is a little toxic. And Sophie needs someone that she really can trust, who respects her and she respects him. And they rely on each other. And we know that Keefe and Sophie have this bond. And here's the last reason, which is probably not, it doesn't really relate to any of the book characters, but it doesn't relate to the book characters and feelings, but generally, when two characters get sort of like a point of view in the story, like for example, if you read Divergent, Chris and Tobias, it means they are or will be romantically involved, like Tris and Tobias. Where else has this happened? Oh, if you read the Lunar Chronicles, Cinder and Kai. Oh, Cinder and Kai, they're so cute. Scarlet and Wolf. Was there? Okay. Yeah. Anyways. Like I was saying, why would Shannon Messenger make stories from Keefe's point of view if Sokeefe isn't going to happen? I'm not just talking about Unlocked. There were other short stories, like the one we talked about earlier in Nightfall. And generally, when you see things from this point of view, in his stories, they always talk about how much he likes Sophie, and that is so cute, but we don't get to see the thoughts inside Fitz's head. So I really wish I had one that was about about the thoughts inside Fitz's head, because Fitz, he's always like the golden boy on the outside, and I'm digressing. But anyways, so yeah, that's the reason. Shannon Messenger, please make a story from Fitz's point of view, because I'm not the hugest fan of Fitz, but I would still like to see what's going on inside the guy's head. That would be cool. I want to know why he wanted to kill his brother that he grew up with. But yeah, now we're at the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe and click the bell button to get notified when I post new videos. Happy watching, and have a great week. Well, a great next week, since today's... Yeah. Have a great week. Why am I so awkward? Bye.